Hey Cancer, this is Persephone and this is another video of the Hermit Tarot. I do want to welcome you to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. I do appreciate you clicking on this video. For the month of June, I do want to give you a quick heads up before we start. For the month of June, I am running extended videos, meaning that I will be doing a full month video of your tarot reading that's focusing on your career, your work, or your wealth and money progression. And then later in the video, I will go ahead and do an additional reading that focuses on your romantic life for singles and people that are married, dating, and in between. So I will have three separate decks on the table. Now again, don't forget to subscribe, leave me a comment, go ahead and hit the notification button so that you can be notified when I post these videos. And please remember, I'm running a contest. I will be picking one subscriber. You have to be subscribed and leave a comment, and you will win a personal free reading with me. And you can enter as many times, meaning that the more comments you leave me, the more entries you have for the contest. And let's continue, Cancer. So Cancer, this is going to be your monthly reading for the month of June. I will go ahead and read you here. Now, I'm picking 3 cards. The 3 cards is going to represent your past, present, and future. And I will do clarification. Okay, Cancer, you have the 5 of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the 8 of Swords. So let's break this down. Cancer, the 5 of Pentacles talks about poverty, failure, loss, disappointment, resources running out, people running out on you. The Page of Wands talks about either a young energy around you, a person bringing you opportunity to be creative. Another thing could be a person is coming in to bring you a message about an opportunity to be creative. And the 8 of Swords talks about entrapment, emotional, physical. It can also talk about depression, loneliness, being blind to the fact of what's in front of you. So Cancer, right now, before in the past you were dealing with being disappointed. A lot of you were disappointed either because of a job loss or because someone close to you might have been representing themselves to be something that they weren't, right? So it could be, give me a moment. Okay, Cancer, you had somebody that was representing themselves to be something that they were not. It could have been that you were dealing with someone that was stating that they had more resources than they really did, that they worked somewhere where they really didn't, that they were interested in you in some way that really wasn't there. It could have been somebody, I see a very, I don't know why, right away I got the word sugar daddy. I don't know if some people are dealing with sugar daddies and that person was actually a salt daddy, meaning that that person wasn't as rich as they said they were, or that they were going to help you in a way that they honestly did not come through. The Page of Wands talks about an opportunity. It doesn't necessarily have to be a specific person, but it could be someone is coming in to to tell you that they're going to help you, to tell you that there's a new opportunity coming in. A lot of you, I see this more with work. I do not see this with love. I don't see this being an issue that, like I said, with the small group that I'm getting with sugar daddies and sugar mamas and sugar babies, I'm getting this to be more of an issue with financial, location. Maybe somebody was actually, like I said, dealing with someone who was acting, they were sending their representative and they really weren't, you know, what they claimed to be. Page of Wands also represents sometimes like a dark young man, more like it could be a lover who is like, you know, it was someone who had like good characteristics, potential, someone who has very good qualities, but like I said, someone who just kind of, again, it seems like they have more positive news about how you can get out of the situation. I don't know if some of you are dealing with debt, loss of unemployment, loss of location. Maybe some of you are moving, some of you were kicked out, some of you are in a position where you're, you know, you don't have anywhere to go. Cancer, I see that this person is really going to try to manipulate your situation into something, you know, making it seem like they're there to help you, but I fear, unfortunately, they're going to make shit a lot of, you know, very worse. They're just gonna make things worse. I'm just gonna throw a couple of more cards here because I don't want to leave you hanging here. What's going on with the Five of Pentacles, Page of Swords, excuse me, Page of Wands, and the Eight of Swords? What is going on here? Cancer, it can also be that you walked away from a job that was leaving you very unfulfilled, because they were making it seem like you were going to be bigger than what you really were. They were going to pay you more than they really said they were, or that it could have been that you were having an issue with your boss. Your boss was representing themselves to be something that they weren't, to be like a caring boss, to be, but really you saw the contract, you saw how things were, and it just wasn't something that you were interested in. Yeah. This person was trying to promise you sudden wealth. They tried to make it seem like, yeah, stick with me, and I will get everything fixed. I will fix, you know, and it could, again, this could be, you're coming out of that. You're coming out of a position where you felt like you were being taken advantage of. You felt like, what is this? The privileged lady, yeah. If you felt like you weren't being respected, you felt like you were not being, you weren't being guided, but you're coming out of that. You're coming out of that, Cancer. You are definitely in a position right now where you're vulnerable, Cancer. And right now, it's very important that you align yourself with people that you know for sure have your best interests at heart. And also, Cancer, don't ever doubt your gut, because no one else is going to guide you better than you guide yourself, right? Because remember, at the end of the night, you are the one that has to deal with you, no one else, right? So Cancer, be very careful of people that are trying to give you false promises, talk about fast money, easy money. I can get you things, I can help you, I can guide you the right way, you know. Cancer, be very careful with that, because it seems like, you know, someone's around, someone's hovering over you. someone's definitely hovering over you. Someone, because Cancer, you got to remember that expectations. Yep, expectation and distant horizons. Someone knows your potential. They know that when you put your mind to something, Cancer, you are definitely a force to be reckoned with, right? Because Cancer, you tend to be very intellectual. You're sensitive, but you're intellectual, meaning that most Cancers I know are empaths, and they know when shit is wrong. They know when something, they cannot explain it, it's just not sitting right. Right? So Cancer, the person that's hovering over you and that was around you, these are two separate people. They know that where you're going to be the star. You're going to be the person that is the shot caller, right? So they want to align themselves with you, but unfortunately, Cancer, they don't have your best interests at heart. So be very careful and mindful who you tell your worries to, because a lot of people, it seems like, want to take advantage of you right now, Cancer, okay? Okay. Cancer, let's talk about your romantic life. Let's focus first on singles. Single Cancers for June 2020. Single Cancers for June 2020. Again, single Cancers for June 2020. Cancer, you have the Two of Wands, the Three of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. The Two of Wands represents your desires, your wishes, your hopes, right? The first card talks about nearness. It talks about sharing every bite of food, sharing every bite of information, sharing every story, everything that you feel that would unite yourself with a person without losing yourself. Your desire right now is to actually meet your match. This is only for single Cancers. Single Cancers, you would finally love to meet somebody who's actually worth a damn. And I'm not talking about somebody that is with looks, because this is what I'm getting from you, Cancer. Well, before I go, let me explain each card. The Three of Swords talks about your fears, which is this card specifically. It's loud in here. Three of Swords talks about you must call attention to disagreements and incompatibilities before finding the courage to end the relationship that is now ending, right? So this is your fear. Your fear that your past relationships have always left you feeling empty, right? Let me explain the King of Pentacles, and then we're just going to go ahead with your messages. The King of Pentacles talks about your outcome, what you really wish to kind of overcome, what you really want out of everything. Like, this is like the end all be all. The King of Pentacles talks about fear. Fear increases the distance, and pursuing your partner will do no good. Happiness is a born mutual effort to move forward towards each other. Now, the message that I'm getting, and let me just zoom in now so you guys can see how pretty these cards are. Okay. Cancer, you always dealt with people that were very beautiful but had nothing intellectual to say. And then you've also been in situations where you deal with an intellectual, but they don't really care about their appearances. They don't really care about name brands. They don't really care about going out. They don't really care about appearances. They're not really into like social functions, right? And it seems like Cancer, you always pick a project. Like, I'm going to fix this person. I'm going to make them better. I am going to make them see their potential because I know their potential and I love them, and who else can do better than me? But Cancer, what you have to understand that some people just will never change because that's just who they are. And it doesn't mean that you're, excuse me, it doesn't mean that your efforts go unnoticed. It's more that your efforts are falling on deaf ears because the person that you're trying to change, the person who doesn't give a damn about their appearance, or the person who's very beautiful but has nothing intellectually to share with you, is just very happy and content on who they are, right? And unfortunately, you have attracted a lot of people because, again, Cancer, you've always been the person that always has something beautiful going for themselves. Cancer has always been someone who has a lot of potential. Potential, 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 potential. I cannot stress that enough with Cancer. Cancer, also, you have to be very careful that when you're choosing your partners, you're very aware of what you want. If you want a serious relationship, which I see a lot of you want, single Cancers, remember that you need to find someone who's worth your time. And if it's someone who you just want for the night, that's not a problem. You're an adult. You know, I mean, I'm hoping you're an adult if you're watching this video. You can definitely participate in things that are very short term, but as long as it doesn't leave you feeling more empty than what you started with, Cancer. And that's the big thing with you. You need to be with someone who is very transparent of why they're here, what they can do for you, right? And you have to be very honest that you're not looking, because remember, you're all about potential, 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 because you are always about potential, potential. You always have the potential to do amazing things, and you assume that the partner with you also has those beautiful qualities, and that's not always the case, Cancer. Sometimes you deal with deadbeats. Sometimes you deal with people that are misers. Sometimes you're dealing with people that just want to kind of leech off of you because they know they don't have anything good to contribute. So they feel that if maybe they partner up with someone who's awesome, who has a bright light, might be able to guide them a little better. But unfortunately, they end up sucking everything out of you, and it leaves you feeling empty and disappointed and feeling like you gave so much into this relationship and you don't have anything to show for it, Cancer. So be mindful of who you're choosing to who to exchange with, because again, there's nothing wrong with having short-term relationships with anyone as long as you know that it's not draining you and it's not leaving you empty, okay? Because I don't know why I get like this overwhelming feeling, like I feel empty, I feel empty, I feel like I don't, like this person had nothing to give to me and they didn't even apologize when they left, okay, Cancer? So be very mindful of that, single Cancers. This is for married, dating, and in-between Cancers for the month of June. Cancer, you have the 10 of Swords, the 4 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands. You got 10, 10, 4. First of all, Cancer, you can be dealing with you definitely are dealing with a fire sign because you have Wands, Wands, and then a Sword. Then you could be dealing with an air sign, but that's a very small group of you. Air sign, that's going to be Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. Wands, that's a fire sign. That's going to be Aries, Leo, and Sag. Now, the 10 of Wands is your desire. It's what you're hoping to accomplish at this point. The 10 of Wands talks about penetrating. The power of a man meets the power of a woman. Success in love must satisfy both partners. The 4 of Wands talks about playing. Sexual intent is born with play and enjoyment. Just harmony is born between happiness. And the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands talks about, the 10 of Wands is going to be the mutuality between two people that are able to exchange power, not necessarily having one to dominate the next, but everyone is satisfied. No one is calling the shots. The 10 of Swords actually is about squeezing. Even pain can be transformed into power. You must flee from the emotions, but rather use them to find true essence of our desire. So, Cancer, if you're in a relationship, you're dating, or in between, right now, you are in a place where you both are looking for confirmation. You guys are really attracted to each other. If you're dating, and I'm not talking about like in the beginning of dating, I'm talking about couples that have been together for more than 4 weeks, 4 months. Cancer, right now you are definitely enjoying the sexual play between you guys. You're definitely enjoying each other physically. But for some reason, emotionally, you are not feeling fulfilled. Again, Cancer, you feel that you're giving more emotionally, like you love this person more than they love you. Another thing is that you feel like this person, some of you are dealing with someone who's married. Some of you are actually dealing with someone who's involved with someone else. And your relationship with this person is more physical than emotional, and you know it. You know it. And you know also that your partner right now, maybe the energies are exchanged. Maybe you're the one that's actually stepping out on someone, or maybe you're noticing that your partner is stepping out on you. But I'm having a very heavy feeling that some of you are dating someone who is married, and your relationship is physical, and you don't know how to handle that. You don't know what to do. You don't know how to fix it. And unfortunately, Cancer, there's no way to fix this. Cancer, in order for your partner to really know how much they appreciate you, how much they enjoy you, how much you mean to them, sometimes it means withdrawing from them. Sometimes it means leaving the situation, right? And sometimes, Cancer, there's certain things that you cannot fix. Sometimes there's certain relationships that have no fixing because it is what it is, right? So if you're dealing with a situation where you're dealing with someone who's married or involved, and you just have a sexual relationship with that person, Unfortunately, Cancer, I don't see this growing into anything serious. I do see that you guys could continue longevity, meaning that you guys can continue a sexual relationship, but as a emotional relationship, unfortunately, I do not see that, Cancer. And for those who are married, Cancer, I see that you guys have a situation where you're questioning each other's emotional stability. What I mean by that is some people might be acting a little erratic, but it's not necessarily because there's any issues within each other's marriage or within each other's behavior. It's more that I see that the environment that you guys are in, I mean, all of us, again, all of us have been practicing social distancing. All of us have been locked up, home. You know, we've been withdrawn, and our partner might be acting a little erratic. Like they're not in tune anymore. They might be a little depressed. They might be questioning their purpose. So Cancer, if you're in a relationship right now where you think that your partner is a little bit emotionally unstable, or you feel like there's some sadness, some depression, reinforce the fact that you are there for them and reinforce the fact that you're willing to listen to them, Cancer, or vice versa. If you are the person that's in need, or you are feeling like you're out of tune, like you're not really yourself right now, it would be more, you know, you should always be comfortable with asking your partner to listen, to hear you out, you know, to give you another set of eyes, another set of ears, right? Because you might feel like there's something wrong with you, or that you're seeing things or you're feeling things that are not there. You know, that's a small group, but like Cancer, I see that there's like some emotional instability. I'm sorry that the message was a little heavy, but my advice would be to lean onto your partner, lean in, ask for help, okay? Cancer, that concludes your message for the month of June. Don't forget to hit subscribe, leave a comment, and remember, I have a free contest happening to win a personal reading with me. Just go ahead and subscribe and leave me a comment. Let me know if the message resonates, and I do hope you have a very lovely and safe month of June.